Are you ready to evolve your life? Are you ready to see immense growth and manifestation in your life? Are you ready to evolve every aspect of your mind, body, and your soul? Well, you're tuned in to Evolved Mastery, and I'm your host, Princeton Clark, and it is my goal to assist you on your journey of self-mastery as you create greatly in every moment of your life. So join me in this episode of Evolved Mastery. Hey, what's going on, guys? Princeton Clark here, and you're tuned into another episode of Evolved Mastery. Just want to start this episode off by just saying thank you and I love you to every single one of you who has shown support to this podcast, who has shared the podcast, and who have contacted me, via my website or via my links on social media, just to say thank you and just to show love. You guys are truly tremendous lights in my life and constant reminders of just how special this life is. And when we start stepping into our purpose and our ability to serve others, we truly do reap what we sow. And so I'm just grateful for every last one of you allowing me into your space as you listen to these podcasts. And I'm truly excited about making connections with more and more of you as I progress through this relaunch in January. It's right around the corner, guys, and also the release of my book is right around the corner. If this is the first time you've listened to my podcast and you haven't listened to the rest, I just urge you to go back and really catch up to the podcast and what it's all about and really get a vibe of, just why I do what I do and why you guys are so important and so special to me. As we move forward, I just really want to consistently give you guys value, add value to your lives so that you can fully evolve and master your life through self-mastery, understanding that you are powerful creators, you are artists, and your life is the canvas upon which you paint and create your masterpiece. Today, guys, I just want to go ahead as usual and just jump straight into it. And I wanted to talk about, moving beyond the challenges. In life, we face so many challenges. Things happen around every corner, and we're all just trying to figure out the meaning behind every challenge. We're trying to find our footing, and we're trying to find our ability to step into our power. Many of us are seeking our purpose and how to step into our potential. And I just want to continue to help you guys in this journey so that you can evolve your relationships, evolve your businesses, evolve every aspect of your life so that you can truly step into true power as you learn to love yourself through self-mastery and learn to appreciate this life and everyone living this life through self-mastery as we all just take this journey, because as I always say, we all are on this curriculum we call life and we're all learning our own lessons. We're all facing our own challenges and everyone is going through something that nobody knows about, and I understand what it feels like to be on that journey and to be going through so many challenges and to realize that most people around you don't really understand what you are facing. And because they're facing their own things, many times it's hard for them to even take the time to even try to show compassion or understanding for where you are and what you're going through. And so I just want to create a foundation for you guys today to just give you guys a little quiet space and a space to just be right now, because every last one of you are so valuable. And if you're facing challenges in your life, as I always say, challenges and the lessons are only blessings preparing you for your purpose as you evolve into the powerful being and the powerful creator that you are. When I started my journey, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know, that I would end up being in this place, in this position as a leader and an influencer and someone who impacts so many people's lives. All I knew was that I wanted change. I was sick and tired of being on the insane cycle of my life. I was sick and tired of being the victim to my life and my circumstances and everything that I had gone through. I was sick and tired of looking in the mirror and seeing someone that I didn't like, knowing deep down that I was worth so much more and I had so much more potential that I wasn't actualizing in my life. And it really took me coming to a place, as if you guys have followed my podcast, when I was 23, I tried to commit suicide and I put a gun to my head and I pulled the trigger and the gun misfired. And I always say that, although that literal bullet didn't fire, a conscious one did. And it was within that week that so many aspects of my being shifted, and my awakening to this understanding that I was a powerful creator and that although I couldn't dictate what had happened to me, I could always dictate how I chose to respond, and how I chose to respond ultimately created my reality. And as that week progressed, I went through this mass transformation within my being, and I just went from this place of just choosing to be a victim into stepping into this place of choosing to be this powerful creator that I know I am. And along this journey, it wasn't always easy. I had to face aspects of myself and of my life that I had created as a result of my own decisions. And I had to learn to really step into my power in a lot of different ways, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And that's what really put me on the path to evolved mastery, evolving every aspect of my life and transforming every aspect of my life through self-mastery. It wasn't something that just happened, and I just had all the answers. Like many of you, I was seeking, and all I knew was I was tired, but I would no longer be a victim. I was tired, and I was no longer going to make an excuse, because I had to choose to respond more conducively to my life. I had to choose to realize and to accept that where I was, regardless of what had happened to me, was a result of how I chose to respond. After being molested and being abused and struggling with depression and alcoholism and drugs, I had to make a choice, because at the end of the day, if I didn't make the choice and I didn't create change in my life, then the only reason I would be stuck where I was because of my non-action and my failure to step into my power. And you see, a lot of you out there are so powerful. And I know that tests and challenges keep coming, and you feel like, man, will the test ever end? But the great thing about your tests and challenges, like I said, is that they're all preparing you. And if there's areas that you still need to transform and evolve in your life, those challenges are going to keep coming to challenge you to evolve those areas of your life, whether it's finances, relationships, the way that you see the world, the way that you choose to respond, in every way that is necessary for you to function at full power as a creator. That you are not flowing at full power as a creator, you're going to experience challenges. And these things are great signs that you are in a place of growth. And so if you're not being challenged, hold on, because when the next challenge comes, it's always going to address an area that you need to evolve. And this is where we grow, people. This is where we truly step into our power, and we truly see just how amazing we are. And without these challenges, we would never fully know if we're walking in our power or not, and so these challenges help us gauge the work that we need to do. Remember, I'm always saying that you have to put in the practice. You have to put in the work every single day. You can't take moments off, because that one moment that you take off is going to be the moment that you are challenged. It's going to be the moment that you're kind of hit by something that's happening in your life, whether it's a circumstance or a relationship or whatever it is, that's going to push you into a place where you may need to address some things. And if you aren't present in that moment, it could knock you off or knock you back or set you back in a way that you may have to start all over in some areas again. And we don't want to have to keep going through this same old process. We always have those moments along the journey where we say, man, every time I take a few steps forward, I feel like I get knocked 10 steps back. And it's not necessarily that we're getting knocked 10 steps back. It's that in certain moments we skipped some steps. We didn't do the work. We didn't apply a practice that we should have a practice that was making us better. And as a result, life is sending us back to that point so that we can create a strong foundation and move forward effectively and efficiently in our lives, because changes are going to keep coming. And challenges are going to come to advance you and expand you. But again, you have to accept your ability to respond. I have so many people that I talk to on a regular basis who come to me and they ask me, how can I be more positive? How can I change these circumstances and these situations? And these same things keep happening. Every time I take 10 steps forward, I get knocked 10 steps back, and so on and so forth. And the truth is, you are being challenged in areas that you have not yet evolved. And again, facing ourselves. We have to face ourselves. If you are facing a consistent challenge and it seems like the same insane cycle over and over again, it's because life is challenging you in an area that is very important for you to evolve. Because until you evolve that area, then some aspect of your purpose or your potential is not going to be exposed. And so again, constant growth. Focusing on every moment, being intentional on how you respond is very important. You can't sit back and let any moment go by where you focus on being negative. You can't focus on negative energy. Stop focusing on negative things on social media, on TV, on different conversations, and so on and so forth. And you really have to center yourself in a more positive flow. You have to be grateful in every single moment. You have to literally get yourself to the point where you start saying, I am grateful for whatever life gives me. At one point in my life, I would literally pray and meditate, challenge me in all the areas that are required for me to be challenged so that I could become the man that I am meant to be, so that I could become the spirit that I am meant to be, the light that I am meant to be in this world. See, because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And see, a lot of people, just aren't sick and tired of being sick and tired. A lot of people have not come to the end of themselves. But until you come to the end of yourselves, you will continue to face challenges that push you and advance you closer to the end of yourself so that you can awaken to your true self. And this is why it's so important to move beyond the challenges, to accept the challenges, embrace the challenges, stop fighting the challenge. Because when you fight the challenge, what you are fighting is advancement and evolution. You are literally pushing back against your purpose. You are pushing back against your potential. You are pushing back against opportunity. You are pushing back to newness in your life. And the universe, God, source, whatever you call it, is saying, no, I am going to keep bringing this to you until it breaks you down and you stop fighting it and you accept the areas of your life that you need to evolve now and you need to master now, because there's something new on the other side of this challenge. There's a new opportunity. There's a new relationship. There's a new experience, whatever it is on the other side of this. And I need you to face this so that you can move beyond it and move into your newness. And this is where you have to get real with yourself. You have to be willing to ask yourself, am I really ready for something new? Am I really ready to really create what I have the potential to create? Am I really ready to step out of this insanity that I've accepted for so long? Am I really ready to step out of this idea of myself that keeps me weak and bound in circumstances that I cannot stand? Am I really ready to step into my power and stop playing the victim? Am I really ready to believe that I am a powerful creator and an artist that's creating a masterpiece in every action? See, you got to really get real with yourself. You have to really want this. And you will never master an aspect of your life that you are not willing to face. You will never master an aspect of your life that you are not willing to evolve and change. And see, this is why so many people get stuck. This is why so many people are not moving in what they have the ability to move in, because they are choosing not to master or become the master of those areas in their life. They're choosing to stay where they are. They're choosing to play the victim. They're choosing to pretend or act as though they are powerless. But I'm here to remove the excuses and to tell you now that you are not powerless. You are powerful beyond measure. You have the ability, just like I did coming from where I came from. I had the ability to choose not to be an alcoholic. I had the ability to choose not to use drugs. I had the ability to choose that my life was going to be worth something. I had the ability to choose that I wasn't going to be a victim of molestation. I had the ability to choose that I wasn't going to play the victim of abuse anymore. I had the ability to choose that I wasn't going to live this depressing life anymore. I wasn't going to be this weak individual anymore, trying to escape this reality that I had created. I had to choose my power over the weakness that I had accepted as the reality of my life. And you have to be willing to do the exact same thing. And nobody can change your life but you. It doesn't matter how many times you guys listen to these podcasts. It doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter how many functions you go to or how many coaches you talk to. If you aren't willing to step into your power and you aren't willing to take action in every single moment or get a coach that can assist you in the process, then you are going to stay where you are. But see, I want to see you rise just like I made the choice to rise. I want to see you move just like I made the choice to move. I want to see you create just like I made the choice to create. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to do that, then it's pointless to complain. It's pointless to look at your life and talk about everything that's not happening. It's pointless to look at your relationships and the relationships that you're not creating as a result of you not stepping into your power to create newness in your own being so that you can expand your life and your life experiences into newness. See, it's so important for you to respond in every single moment, because as you respond, you move beyond your challenges. As you respond, you learn more about yourself, or even furthermore, as you learn to accept your ability to respond and you learn to face the fact that how you choose to respond is creating your reality, it forces you into a state of being where you become more conscious and aware of how you are responding in every single moment. So as you become more aware of how you're responding in every single moment, what begins to happen is you own your power. You begin to utilize that power to create change. in every single moment. And that's what I want to see for you guys. I want to see you accepting your responsibility, accepting the fact that how you choose to respond creates your reality, accepting the fact that you are a powerful creator and you can choose not to be a victim. You can choose not to be stuck. You can choose not to settle with circumstances and situations that are not conducive for manifesting your purpose and your potential. You can choose it. But you have to keep moving through challenges. You can't allow challenges to keep perplexing you to the point where you don't move and you stop or you slow down and you lose momentum. Because guess what? Again, the challenges are going to come back. And sometimes they can double up on you. And you're like, man, why is all this stuff hitting me at once? Well, it's because you've skipped so many steps. And now life is saying, I love you too much to let you stay where you are. I love you too much to let you settle. So I'm going to keep challenging you until you love yourself as much as I love you. Because until you love yourself as deeply as you are loved, then you're never going to change. You're never going to see your purpose fulfilled. You're never going to see your potential actualized in your life. But it's time to shift that. It's time for you to understand just how important you are. You aren't a mistake. Your life isn't a mistake. The circumstances that you have faced are not mistakes. It's all serving a greater purpose, a more divine purpose. And the more you get real with yourself and the more you begin to seek within, the more you begin to apply action in every single moment, the more clear it will all become. Just like it became to me when I realized that everything that I had gone through was only preparation for my purpose. You too will realize that everything that you have gone through, everything that you have faced was only preparation for your purpose. So let's rise together, understanding that we are powerful creators and that our challenges are only coming to expand us so that we can evolve and master every aspect of our lives so that we can fully step into our potential and our purpose. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Evolved Mastery. Feel free to contact me at www.evolvedmastery.com. If you have questions or you just want to reach out, you just need somebody to talk to, you can also contact me via my social media links at Evolved Mastery on all platforms. So please look me up, send me a message, tell me what you think. Ask me any questions that you may have. Give me suggestions for videos that you may want to hear, discussed on the show. I want to help you evolve your life. I want to help you master your life. And this year, we will move into newness. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.